It takes 5 hours to drive to Vovchansk from the regional capital Kharkiv, or 3 times longer than before the war. You have to take small local roads because all the major routes and bridges are destroyed. The town was home to 17,000 people before the invasion, and is just 4 kilometers from the Russian border. The Russian army occupied Vovchansk on the very first day of the war, but in September the Ukrainian flag returned. Serhiy Konovalov was here throughout the 8 months Russians occupied the town. He calls them Rashists, meaning Russian fascists.
Before the Rashists came, I had everything. I had a job, my wife had nice clothes, and our fridge was full. And now they've come and messed up our lives. The town is basically gone. Hardly anyone is left.
Most of the residents have fled, and there are traces of combat everywhere. The Ukrainian military has taken over control and set up checkpoints at the entrance to the town. They fear Russia might send in saboteurs. What Russia has been sending are a lot of shells from the other side of the border.
They shell us the most on Mondays. The same way they fire on big cities on Monday mornings, they wish us good morning too, and we respond however we can.
Traces of the blasts are everywhere. There are regular blackouts. There's no more gas because the town was connected to the Russian gas grid before the war. The people are preparing to face a cold winter without heating. And not enough humanitarian aid makes it over the bad roads into the remote town. So not everyone here is happy about being liberated.
When the Russians were here, we had relatively normal lives. There was work, and we were getting regular humanitarian aid. They would also even hand out money. Now we have nothing. Excuse me.
Even before the war, the town was considered pro-Russian, and many residents fled together with the occupying forces. According to local authorities, no more than a fifth remain, mostly elderly people and those who want nothing to do with Russian values.
We had it rough living under Russian rule, with Russian fascists roaming the streets. It was terrible.
2 women pull the intoxicated man away.
You all want to imply that we're collaborators.
Distrust runs deep among those who stayed behind. Accusations are rampant about who collaborated with the occupiers or might even still be passing on information, making it hard for the military administration.
We hear many claims of duplicity, that those who denounce people to the Russians are now coming to us and denouncing others for having been collaborators.
Like elsewhere, Russian rule here was violent. Young men would disappear into dark basements, and some came back with serious injuries. One of the torture chambers was found below this factory. Serhiy, too, was targeted by the occupiers. He was caught on the street after curfew and summoned.
I was afraid that they would torture me here or something. But I was only forced to work for them. I had to show up at 8 in the morning and slave away for them until 5 in the evening, digging trenches, carrying stuff around, and stacking sandbags.
Serhiy has moved his wife and young daughter out of the town. And as soon as he's helped his mother to prepare for winter, he also wants to leave, at least for a while.
We're on our land. They attacked us, not the other way around. That's how I see it. And I think that's how many see it. That's how Ukrainians feel about it. This is our land. We didn't attack our neighbors. We don't want anything from them.
Artillery fire, the latest early morning greeting from across the border.